Stuart, you kicked the first 3 goals in the second half and looked to be going okay at that stage. Where did it go wrong after that?
Oh, we had massive opportunities in that third to put a bit of distance. We got too cute with the footy. Essendon, full credit, cranked up their pressure. But look, it was an arm wrestle. We're really disappointed with the finish. Clearly, we came to play, I guess, a good balanced brand of footy. We lost our way in the last quarter. But having said that, we should have had more. We felt we should have had more gap at 3/4 time, but you can't change it. I think that in the end, that's the gap where we didn't finish off. We didn't finish off quarters. I think there was probably 3 or 4 goals in the last minute across the course of the game. So our discipline to finish the quarter, in the end, that bites you. And they made us pay, as they do. I think that they played a really balanced game of footy.
Did you feel like it was an improvement on last week?
Yes, but last week we felt we were well off. So, yeah, look, it was an improvement, but I feel a bit sick saying that, to be honest. So it was, but I think that there's still work to do. I think, and at different times we were too choosy, so we have to sort that out. We have to sort out both sides of the ball. I think that's what we'll get to work on, making sure that we play both sides of the ball to maximum speed.
So I don't know the exact word you use, but basically you're too cute when you got a bit ahead. Like, how can you afford to do that?
Yeah, it's probably across the course of the day, Pete. It was use the example when we were ahead, but I think at different times we just looked for that perfect. When at different times that longer ball looked dangerous for us, and we're able to get in behind that, hold it in. So I think that's part of it. When we needed it, we didn't do it, and then when we had opportunities, we could have maximised. So, I think again that's something we need to continually work on. Opportunity to take some territory, when to lower the eyes and when to take some territory, and I think we got that wrong today at different parts of the game, which contributes to then, particularly the first quarter, we held their rebound from 50. Which was a big focus going into the game. So, look, we had opportunities to be in this game right to the end, but they were better for longer, and I think that's the part where I don't want to sit here and say I was better than last week, because we still got to iron out some things here that look have cost us today and cost us last week. They're playing a good brand of footy. We're 2 rounds in. 2 rounds with our forward line. Thought the forwards were a lot better today than last week, holding it in. Again, we didn't give them the best opportunities, but there's some things each line can get better at.
Is that the structure you want to stick with the forwards after you took out the tall last week?
Look, we found it hard to judge last week because our pressure wasn't enough, and I don't think that was anything to do with height. So we obviously made the change this week. It looked a little bit better, but we'll sit down, have a look at the opposition as well, and look at us, look at conditions, make the call. Ben's obviously able to play, full minutes now. A little bit restricted last week, so I think that we'll get to work, see what they train like, see how they pull up, and just continually look at that mix.
Bright spot would have been Lockie Weller's return. How'd you see his game?
Oh, it's pretty impressive. I'm happy to talk about Lockie because I think from the moment he went down, he's been so impressive, mentally and physically. Look, there was a setback that he had a lot of swelling, wasn't able to get operated on for a good 4 or 5 weeks. So he actually used that opportunity rather than wallow in self-pity. He used that to get his knee in really good condition, great strength work, so that when he got operated on, he really bounced out of surgery. And I think that's why we see him do what he did today, and really proud of the way he's gone about it. A mature way he went about it, but so positive. We didn't hesitate to pick him. He actually kicking ourselves, we didn't pick him last week, but in the end, we wanted to make sure he was absolutely ready, but we've been holding him back for a fair time now. So it's credit to our medical and high performance staff that Lockie's able to do what he did today. I think that it's never one thing, but those people in particular, Lockie and that crew, have worked in unison, and it's a great story. You know, I think like any players, we don't want to see good players injured, and we want them back, and we're glad he's back.
You mentioned that they scored at the end of quarters, and everyone's looking for that kind of steeliness to get into the Suns' framework. What's missing, Stuart, do you think, in a sense, or is it too early to...
Well, to the eye, it was some basic fundamentals. We let the ball over the back. We didn't get enough delay on the ball. So in particular, a couple of those went almost length of ground. So it's again, concentration right to the end, you know. And we're not asking a lot. We're looking for another 25, 30 seconds of delay, get that ball out of bounds or stick a tackle, strong spoil. So, look, it sounds really simple. And I'm sure there's a lot of coaches around the country that say the same things. When late goals, it always comes back to fundamentals. It's never anything flashy, or typically today I don't think it was wrong decisions. It was lack of fundamentals that didn't get it done.
You spoke about the tools earlier. What was the message to Marbs after, you know, this is a great first year of the club and to be left out so soon in the season?
Yeah, so Marbs, you know, we were really disappointed with his game last week, and that was the simple message that, look, we know, to be honest, it was his first full year of AFL, and Marbs, we were disappointed with his game, so we said, look, we can push on, or we can chuck a circuit breaker in early in the year and make sure that he responds. You know, he kicked 3 goals too, so I'll have to have a look at the vision and chat to the coaches, because obviously they played on Saturday back home. So you know, to numbers, he responded. I think we told him Thursday morning, and it was his best session for the year when he trained straight after that. So felt like that was a good response from Marbs. That could have gone 2 ways, and he chose the right way. So look forward to having a look.
Are you likely to get him back for the Cats game?
Yeah, well, a bit will depend on what we see, but like I said, he chose the right path, and it appears that he did what he needed to do. Now it will just be a decision. Yeah.
Sorry, are you likely to get any guys back from injury?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Choli.
Yeah, sorry.
Will Power played a half. Be a decision whether he needs a little bit more, and I think Sean Lemons will probably play this week. Look, he'll play VFL. That's not groundbreaking news. So yeah, we'll be pretty much selection based, I'd say.
What did you say to Charlie Ballard with that 50, pretty crucial part of the game?
Yeah, look, it was. It was pretty simple. He can't change it. I said you got 30 minutes, so you got to try and move on from that. He was really disappointed, but I said you got to now focus. Can't change what's happened, and don't get down on it. You got 30 minutes to try and change the outcome of the game for the team, and just try to focus him back on what's ahead rather than what's behind. And it's a bit like, you know, if guys have a quiet quarter or whenever there's, you know, it could be a bad miss for goal, and try and get them looking forward without, you know, he knows he's got to take responsibility, but in that moment all he can do is play the next 30 minutes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.